Good morning. Welcome again to another episode of Coffee Talk. And today is going to be a little bit different. Today I'm going to try at least to take you on my journey with what my chemo sessions look like. This morning I had a little bit of a difficult time trying to get something down. So hopefully I'm praying that it will stay down on today. And I'm going to try to take you on this journey. So come and go with me so you can see what my routine looked like as I fight through this another journey that I'm on. I try to be purposeful in everything that I wear when I go to chemo, to let chemo and everything that's related to it know that here I came to fight. I'm not laying down, I'm not taking back. So I got on my shirt that our church designed for us, which says God won again. So even in this journey, on this cycle, God still wins, and even in this. So just hang on. I'll be right back, okay? Thank you. Okay, so I'm back. At this point, as you can see, I'm in the blood drawn area. So each time I come, I have to have my blood drawn because they want to make sure that my levels with my white blood count is good and all my numbers are looking good to be able to take on the chemo that I have to do. So my nurse is prepping. I won't show her face out of privacy, but I have a port, and in my port everything is done through. May not be the prettiest thing, but my port is here, and everything that is done. Okay. So everything is done through my port, which is placed in my chest area. So everything has to be done this way. So that includes blood drawn, that includes chemo, my fluids, everything has to be done this way. And what they do is insert my IV. So where you typically would get an IV in your arm, however, for the chemo that I have, my chemo has to be administered, and everything has to be administered through my port. So here we go. Okay, I'm gonna take my deep breath. You want?
Count to three. 1, 2, 3. In. Lower. 8. Okay.
And this starts the journey. It does have to be flushed. After everything is being done, it has to be flushed each time. But we're done with the IV. Ooh, that was easy. I have the best team here. They know how to stick it right. Get it done the first time. I know, and I didn't make it easy trying to wear my purposeful shirt. Got it. All right. Thank you, ma'am. Everything has to be securely and kept in place because we don't want the IV coming out. All right. So now I'm all hooked up, and she's gonna do some blood, draw some blood, check all of that, and then she's flushing, going to flush the IV as well. Trying to watch anybody that's coming past me. I don't want to show anybody's face. And there we go.
And you don't have any alligator heparin, do you?
No, ma'am. Let her do her job. And as I said before, everything has to always be flushed after every thing they do. And close it up after she's done.
Take it to the side.
Okay. So that's pretty much it in a nutshell. The next time you'll see me, I'll be getting fluids to help with the nausea. I have to go into the infusion area. And I don't know, when I see the doctor first, And then go to the infusion area. Okay. So today I do have a special trip to see a doctor on this visit. So stay tuned, guys, as I take this journey on today. All right? Bye-bye. Okay, I am now in my infusion room, and we have started my very first drip. And this drip is for nausea. Because we are still kind of open, I want to make sure I keep my mask on. We did have a review with my physician assistant before I came into the infusion room, and that we went over my labs, and some of my white blood cell counts are a little bit elevated, but that is normal for right now, but they are still within good range for me to go ahead and give me the okay to start my chemo. But again, right now I'm doing the nausea medicine and my steroids to prepare my body for the chemo that I'm about to take on. And it's kind of weird because the nausea medicine is supposed to help the nausea, but it leaves a very nasty taste in your mouth for quite a while, like days on end. So it's kind of weird. It's supposed to help prevent the nausea, but it leaves a nasty taste to your mouth, which is crazy. But nonetheless, as you can see, I'm in my infusion room. We have the blinds up, and it's all private. And there's my meds there running. And so you have your own little suite. I get to pull my chair on back, and I'm going to lay it on back. And get comfortable, because the process does take a little while. It's not a quick fix. So I do have to be here for a few hours. And the one thing I would like to say real quick, in this process of going through chemo, and then eventually I do have to do radiation. I'm just getting a little comfortable. But the process, I think, is very important. And I'm going to take this off because I'm in my little private area. The thing that I think is very important, and that is to make sure you are your own advocate. No one can fight and advocate for you better than you, right? So make sure you're asking questions, because I'm always asking questions. Well, what about this? Is this supposed to happen? Is this what's going on? And how long is this going to last? So that I know what I need to do. The next thing is drink plenty of water. Whether you want to drink it, I bring my own water. I have my own goodies. It does get a little cold, so I'm going to let you see some of the things that's in my bag. I have my own blanket. I have my snacks. I have me some basic nuts. My saltine crackers to kind of help with the nausea, because it does get a little bit bad. But be prepared, and again, be your own best advocate. Ask all the questions, anything that you're uncertain about, anything you're unclear about. Make sure you're asking the proper questions. Make sure you're checking in with your doctor, your team, because you do have a team that's working for you to ensure that you have the best and healthy and safest route as you go through the stage of chemo, as you go through the radiation. They're here for you, so utilize them. Ask those questions that you're pondering and you're wondering, those different things that you're feeling. Check your body. Make sure you're keeping a track of what's going on, the changes that you see going on. Okay, so I'm going to step out for a few moments so I can get some of this water down before I get started with my very first chemo bag. I have 2 bags, so I'll discuss what the first bag is and let you see that one when she gets ready to hook me up with this one. But for right now, I'm going to go ahead and just try to relax and allow the nausea medicine to kick in, as well as the steroids. So I will talk to you guys in just a few moments, okay? Bye-bye. All right, guys, I'm back again. I just finished my first half of my chemo, which is the doxorubicin, and it's the red chemo, right? Never liked the color, but nonetheless, we're down to the last part of it, and I will be starting my next bag, which is, what is that? Cytoxin? Is it Cytoxin? So that is the Cytoxin, but it's clear and out of privacy for the nurse. I will not show her face, but she's working on that and undoing one. I guess you're gonna flush this one as well.
I am.
Okay, so they have to flush it, like I said before. After anything I have done, it has to be flushed before they start whatever the next process is. I got all my little nausea stuff ready. I got my ginger chews, got my little gum in my mouth, got my water all ready. So the one thing they try to encourage you to do is drink the fluids, drink the water as regular and as often as possible, because as soon as it gets in, our goal as advocates for ourselves is to flush it back out. And that's the goal. Allow it to do what it needs to do, but we don't want it lingering, we don't want it settling, and we don't want it to stay there. So we want to allow the treatment to do what it needs to do, and then make sure that we flush it right on back out. So far with this one, I am experiencing a little nausea starting to kind of kick in a little bit, but again, I'm always trying to be prepared. So I had my little mint gum already sitting in my mouth to kind of guard from the nausea, and it helps a little bit. And it also helps with the taste. There's a taste that lingers in your mouth, like I said before. The nausea medicine that they give you is to help the nausea kind of help it to kind of not be so severe. But at the same token, the medicine also in turns leaves you this kind of a medicine-y taste in between that and kind of metallic, like a metal taste. I guess I can take it off now because the nurse is not in close proximity of me. So that's one of the things that you do have to kind of contend with. And both of them put together has a lot of different side effects. You can get mouth sores. Thank God I've had very small little sores, but the thing for that is constantly, again, drinking your water, keeping the mouth moist and not allowing it to get dry. But again, even with all these different things that I put in place to kind of help me with dealing with all the different side effects, because there are many different side effects that you start to experience. But one of the things that I make sure I try to take advantage of, or at least I'm trying to take advantage of, that I mentioned before in a previous chat that we had, is to lean on your support system. That's why it's so very important to have that support system in place, especially when you're going through life circumstances, and especially when you're going through health issues. So definitely you want to make sure that you have a good support system. Since I've been here, and this was taking me a minute to kind of chime in with you guys again with my first round of chemo that I have. So I actually have 3 different types of chemo. I get 2 at a time for this first phase, and then my second phase I will be getting a third different type of chemo. So I did get some lab work done today. Again, that's part of the routine when you come in. You always getting your blood work checked. The blood work is to check your white blood count. I want to make sure I'm getting this right, because I want to educate you guys as I'm being educated. They want to always make sure and check where your white blood count is looking like. They also take people look at your red blood cells and your platelets and your neutrophils. I think that's what she said. So when you do get your blood work, which they do check on a regular basis, you said this was called neutrophils. Neutrophils. Okay, that is the primary thing that they're looking at, your neutrophils. I don't know what the neutrophils are, But
total ability to fight off infection.
Okay, so that is the body's ability to fight off infection. Ooh, look at it. I learned something new today. Okay, so now you learned something new today. So that's why it's important for them to keep a check on your neutrophils, because they want to make sure your body's equipped and able to sustain the chemo that your body is about to undergo. So my neutrophils were in good range today. Ooh, it was really good today. Really good today. So good for me. All of my sons were really good today, I think. I don't think I had anything that was in the range. She's getting ready to hook me. Oh, yeah, because we done already been flooded. Okay, so now we're going through the second round. Okay, y'all, so I will check back in later after a little while, maybe once this one is done, and let you know how it's going. But don't forget, stay connected to your team, to stay connected to your support system. Allow them to love on you during this time. Allow them to check in on you during this time. Let them know what you need. Make sure you have someone, those accountability partners with you that you can talk with, chat with, and discuss, how you're feeling, what things are going on with you. All right, so we'll be checking back in a little bit later. All right, until then, you guys have a blessed day. Okay, so I have successfully finished both rounds of chemo for today. I'm a little tired. I'm a little nauseated, just a little bit. But the gum and the ginger chews have helped out a great deal. But I'm very tired. So the third thing that I have to do right now is hydrate. Because the chemo that I'm taking currently is very strong, both of them. So the thing that I have to do now, regardless of how I feel, is drink plenty of water. No sodas, no juices right now, just water. And flush it again, like I said before, flush it all back out of my system. But it's been done. I'm done. I feel pretty good, a little sore. Mouth is just a teeny bit dry, but again, I'm going to hydrate, as I said. And I'll be checking back in with you guys a little bit later to see how things are going and how I'm feeling. But this is just a part of the process when you're getting treatment, all the many different side effects. But today, I will say, and I'm glad to say, that it's really mild today, really mild. So I pray that it stays that way. So continue to pray for me, and most definitely I'll be praying for you as you go through your journey, whatever your journey might be. But until then, I'll be talking to you really soon, okay? Take care.